What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video I want to talk a little bit about the upcoming Forza Horizon 6 game. Of course, we don't really have any information on where exactly it's going to be set or if it's even coming out this year, to be completely honest. But a lot of hype and a lot of speculation is here, and a lot of people I've been seeing in the comments of my videos saying that, oh, this game's going to be in Germany, this game's going to be in Japan, right? It's been leaked, it's been whatever. None of it has been shown. We don't know exactly where it's going to be. We don't know the location. We don't know anything about it. There's no actual foolproof anything. Like, we haven't seen anything about this game yet, right? So anything that you see online for right now, it's all speculation. It's all people trying to come up with stuff for them to get clicks on videos or on pictures or anything on their posts, basically anywhere. So don't believe anything that you see online. And I'm saying that because I see it in the comments of my videos all the time, or I see it in the comments of everywhere else. I remember when I was streaming a little while ago, and I've been seeing people commenting or basically saying it in chat, and it's just not true. Okay, so don't believe everything that you read online. But like I said, I want to talk about in this video pretty much about the whole, where's this thing going to be set and what makes a good map great, right? Like, what exactly is the community looking for when we're going to be, wanting this new game to come out, right? Like, what is, there's a very, like, noticeable difference between the previous maps on Forza Horizon and this current map, which is the Forza Horizon 5 map. And a lot of people have been saying that this is the worst map that they have made so far, and I can see why that is, and I can see why people think that. So why is it? Right? What makes a map great, and what should they do in the next Forza Horizon game for them to actually create a good map? As of right now, the game that they're making is probably already almost finished, so we're probably here just talking, speculation in this video. So this is kind of like an open-ended question. This is something that I'm asking you guys. What do you think makes the map good? I'll give you guys my thoughts on what I think makes a map good for a racing game. First of all, size, scale, we definitely need a big map. The thing is, Forza Horizon 5's map is pretty damn big. I like the scale of Forza Horizon 5 map. If we go any larger than that, that's cool, that's fine. As soon as we start going smaller, I think there's going to be a bit of an issue. I'm not a big fan of, going really small in maps. I feel like it just gets a little bit too boring. And not only that, but I feel like it's going to get to a point where we explore the map really quickly, and then we want the DLC almost immediately, right? That's something, like, I feel like people's, I guess their how do I put it? Their attention span, I guess, for playing something like that might be really low. So I don't know if it's a good idea to have like a smaller map than Horizon 5's map. However, we do know that the smaller maps actually do end up working. They actually do work really well. As in, we have the previous maps, right, as a perfect indication of the maps actually working well in the state that they're in. So Forza Horizon 4's map is smaller than 5's. However, it's a lot more packed. There's a lot more things in it in such a smaller area where you go around and there's always stuff to see and do. Whereas the Forza Horizon 5 map, which a lot of people, including myself, have the same issue with it, is it's really open. A lot of it is just open fields, right? There's not really much going on. You have like a little town or a little house or whatever in the middle of a field somewhere, and that's pretty much it, right? It's very open and not really a lot of stuff to see or to visit, basically. Of course, there's like, spots at like different corners of the map, but it's not really that crazy of a map. And like I said, there's too much open field area on this map, and I think it's because they tried to force this map to be a very good Eliminator map. I think the Eliminator for Forza Horizon 4 was a massive success when it came out, and a lot of people really enjoyed it, myself included. And they kind of, it feels like they kind of based the Forza Horizon 5 map around the fact that the Eliminator is going to be like one of the most played game modes, and it was. But then they decided for whatever reason to not like change the Eliminator. So we've had basically the Eliminator that came out, and then we just didn't have anything else with it. So like they just didn't update the game, they didn't change the cars, they didn't change anything. They left the Eliminator the same way from the beginning of the game to now being basically the end of the game. and they haven't done anything except for adding one more starter car, and that was it. That was the only thing that they've changed for the Eliminator the entire time, which is pretty poor in my eyes. I feel like Forza Horizon 5 missed a big chance to kind of, I guess, get their. They could have even released. Imagine if they released like a DLC for the Eliminator, right? If they released a completely separate map just for the Eliminator itself, it could have been very sick. Regardless, I feel like they made the main map very open to being, I guess, used in the Eliminator, and it's a little bit sucky in that sense. So, basically, what do we really want from the new map? Well, in my opinion, I think one of the biggest things is the city. I think we need a city with skyrise buildings, just big old buildings. I think Forza Horizon 3 had a really good one. I like the Forza Horizon 3 city. That was really cool. Obviously, Edinburgh in Forza Horizon 4 had its own city. Of course, wasn't massive. It wasn't, you know, like high-rise buildings or anything. Did I say skyrise? I think I said skyrise already. High-rise buildings. Didn't have any high-rise buildings. Of course, it's a more, you know, classic and, you know, very, like, beautiful old architecture in Edinburgh. So a lot of that is in Forza Horizon 4. But I think we need some big buildings. And we've seen this many times before in previous games, where having big old city and big buildings is actually really sick. GTA being a massive one. How cool is the GTA map? Like, I don't think I'll ever. You can't be bored of being on the GTA map, right? Los Santos is just so sick. Massive city. You go up north and you have the open road. You have the countryside. You have the Mount Chiliad. You can drive up and down it. You can. So you can still have mountain passes and all that sort of stuff, which have done a really good job in Forza Horizon 5, in my opinion. But we need some cities. We need some big old cities. Like, there's something about street racing in the middle of a city that is just, you can't replicate with, or you can't change, you know, by just having, you know, loads of like mountain pass roads and stuff like that, right? There is something so cool about having a city. So I think, in my opinion, one of the biggest things and one of the biggest flops with this game is that it didn't have like a proper city. Like, Guanajuato is not a city. It's just a big town, right? There's nothing really city-like about it, in my opinion. It's just a big old town. And I definitely think we need some big buildings. I mean, it also now depends on the location of where this game's going to be set. I know a lot of people will be saying, oh, it's in Germany, oh, it's going to be in Japan, it's going to be in this. Doesn't matter. I feel like it has to be in a place where you will have some sort of a city, right? Like a nice, beautiful, tall buildings. You know, you can do a bit of street racing, like places for car meets and stuff like that. If you guys remember back in Forza Horizon 2 and 3, when I used to stream those games, we used to have like car meets and shit like that. Like, I used to bring people from the community onto basically in the convoy or whatever, and you know, we check out everybody's cars and all that sort of stuff. Like, it was a cool thing to do in the game. I feel like Forza Horizon 5 just doesn't have that, right? The Mexico vibe, I don't think was it, and I think we've said this from when the game came out. I don't think Mexico was a good idea for them to have a game. I feel like also, this is the big thing for me, they've changed the actual, you know, feel of the game from it being, you know, a music festival with cars in a really cool place to now being a game that has a bunch of cars and you are in a place where you now are getting a history lesson on it. Basically, that's what it is, because that's what Horizon 5 feels like to me. As soon as I opened up the game, it immediately started showing me, you know, different places in this game. Right? Oh yeah, look at this stuff. Look at this monument that was built here 15 billion years ago. Look at this statue that was under the sand that was found 100 million years ago. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. Like, I honestly don't care, right? I know it's cool and I know it's part of their culture and all this stuff, but I just don't care. That's not what makes a good street racing game or open world racing game enjoyable. I don't care about that sort of stuff. I want, like I said, a good soundtrack to the game. Like I said, I can't even speak. The massive music festival is crazy. It's just something that was so fun. And honestly, since Forza Horizon 3, I don't think I have used any of the radio stations in the game. And it's because they got rid of the original DJ, the person that has, or I guess their music producer. I don't even know what you'd really call him for a video game, but basically the person that put together the entire soundtrack for the game. And his DJ name is Rob Da Bang. Like, he was sick. He made some absolute savage soundtracks for the game. Like, he didn't make them, but like, he put together so many amazing songs. And like I said, Forza Horizon 2 and 3, in my eyes, still have the best soundtracks. They're just really, really good. And then as soon as we moved on to 4, not so much. And then I kind of turned off the radio at the start of 4, and I've never turned it back on again in 5. So I have no idea what even the music is like in this. Oh, sorry, I do know what the music is like in this, but it just doesn't interest me at all to listen to the music in this game. You know, it just feels a little bit odd, you know, and the way they changed it. So I feel like if they want to make the game good again, if they want to make Forza Horizon 5 good again, I definitely do think that we need to have more of the old school vibe, if that makes sense. So I definitely do think that we need to have some sort of music festival, big city, open roads as well. I mean, imagine ripping in the middle of like a city. Imagine ripping like 911 GT3 RS, boom, like crazy exhaust just ripping through the streets, like in Gran Turismo. Like Gran Turismo, I know it's a track racing game, but just bringing the GT3 RS on the Tokyo Expressway, unreal feels. Like, it just is amazing to listen to, like ripping through the city and the echoes and everything like that. That's what we need. That's what we need in an open world game. I feel like it's going to be amazing if we could do something like that. So that's what my opinion is on the new one. I think we definitely need a city, because it genuinely feels like we've kind of been let down a lot. Let me know down in the comments below, by the way. Do you agree with me? Do you think that that should be the case? Like, do we actually need a big city, or do we just need a change of location? Maybe Mexico just wasn't the vibe, but it doesn't matter if we need a big city or not. In my opinion, I think we do. I also do think that the location matters to an extent. I don't really want, like I said, for the game to be another like history lesson with random cars that they've used in the previous game. I feel like this game might be taking a lot longer because it's going to be on a new engine. It's going to be based basically off of the Forza Motorsport look and feel and engine, I guess, of the new game, because I think it's different to the previous one, right? I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the same as Forza Motorsport 7 and Forza Horizon 5. It's going to be something new this time around. So I feel like it takes a little bit longer to kind of import stuff over. I really do hope that a lot of the car models, I don't think they will, but I have high hopes that hopefully the car models have been changed. There's so many car models now in Forza Horizon and even Forza Motorsport, even the newest Forza Motorsport, where it's still the same car model as the previous games. They need to change the wings for the cars and the splitters and all that sort of stuff. The Forza parts just are a joke, to be honest with you. I'd just get rid of them altogether. Just let us have our own custom ones. Like, give us like stuff like what Gran Turismo does. It gives you like 3 different options. You can have like you can change like the wing, I guess, size and height, and I guess you can do all that sort of stuff. And it's just something that you can kind of customize it at least a little bit, right? Even if you give us the actual like Forza part, then it's not like a proper aftermarket part. It's just something so simple that you can probably try and do, and it's easy to do to a point where you can just, you know, give that to people, and it's not even that bad of an idea to do. But like I said, the main and most important thing, the map, I feel it just definitely has to be some sort of an, like, I think GTA 5 is the perfect size. I think it's just big enough where it's just, it takes you a little while to get to the top of the map, for example, or to get to the bottom of the map, depending on where you are. But then you also have like a big portion of it where it's just a big city. And then obviously, of course, you have like the roads with the countryside and the mountain passes and all that sort of stuff you can still have. So again, it's different. Like, I feel like some people may have a different opinion to me, but like it's gonna, I feel like it has to be very different to Forza Horizon 5 if they want to bring that spark back to the player base. So again, like I said, let me know down in the comments below if you agree with me or disagree with me. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. I just wanted to make a short video kind of talking a little bit about this, because like I said, I've been seeing a lot of people kind of, you know, chatting about you know, the game being released this year, or basically the game being set in Germany and all that sort of stuff, or Japan or whatever. So it's just me saying, kind of, don't believe everything that you read online, because it's not always true. So far, also, if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe, because as soon as we get any sort of new information, any actual legit information, I'm not here to try and, I probably should, because it's financially smart for me to try and, you know, talk about leaks and stuff like that, or fake leaks, or fake screenshots, or fake anything like that. I feel like it's so easy to make money and get views off of stuff like that, but if you subscribe to my channel, I guarantee you that you won't see any stuff like that. I will 100% be releasing content on the actual, like, proper you know, releases or information or anything like that that's been released for the newer games. There's no way that I'll be uploading stuff like, oh, look at this leak that came out, you know, it's just some AI art of Forza Horizon 6 or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be like that type of person that makes stuff like that on the channel. I feel like it's a little bit scummy, to be honest with you, but it is easy monies, and I see why people end up doing it. So it's easy to, it's like such a cheat code to, like, cheese views out of stuff like that, you know what I mean? Again, like I said, people can do it, but it's just not who I am. It's just not that type of person that I am. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good one.